Good afternoon. This is Steve Young for the Co-Roundtable. Something I'd just like to bring to your attention again is the issue of market power and how it relates to some concept of a just capitalism, a moral capitalism, a fair capitalism. And as I've talked about before, and as we're experiencing, particularly in the United States, but the tentacles of this power reach all around the world, is the high-tech firms. So there were two recent sort of stories or revelations, one about Microsoft and the other about Amazon. The issue about Microsoft is that it's, again, buying another company for $16 billion, which to me is a lot of money. But in the high-tech world and markets these days, that's not so much money. But what is at stake here? What's the implication? This particular company makes software. Microsoft makes software. What if this company, I believe his name is Nuance Communications, remains independent from Microsoft, and creative intellectual lightning strikes, and Nuance comes out with a better, cheaper system for something, search, let's say, or whatever, documents, than Microsoft has, and it can compete with Microsoft to the advantage of consumers around the world. But if Microsoft buys the company, if it does come up with a better idea, it will all go to the advantage of Microsoft. So who wins? Well, Microsoft, its employees, its owners in particular, they win. The Nuance owners and founders, they probably win because they get $16 billion up front, either in cash or Microsoft stock, and they go merrily on their way. But in perhaps, and this is just a risk, in the sum total of the universe, there will be losers down the road because Microsoft will have more market power to charge more monopoly profits, to extract more rents, the economic term, and buy more companies, and therefore reduce the amount of innovation, productivity increases, and benefits to consumers and society. Amazon, it turns out, and there's sort of this discussion about this, has been using its market power to coerce a classic concern of people who are worried about the abuses of capitalism as a predatory system. In the early 19th century, it was coercing workers to work for wages which were enough to live on, but not much more than that, and not to be able to share in the accumulated wealth of society or the capitalists. The allegation here is that Microsoft will, in the particular case, was a vendor who was selling a product, another product. It was a very sophisticated thermostat for your house, which collected a lot of data. Microsoft wanted, as a term of selling this for the company, access to all this data, which it could then integrate with other data about you, about your house, about this and that, how you use the product Alexa, one thing and another, so that they are able to either sell you something else, or they could work with a competitor of this company, or they could use the pressure of your data with another company to say, we have this information, we know A, B, C, and D about you, and so we demand 40% of, your fee is going to be, our fee is going to be 40% of your revenues. And that's all because Amazon has such a giant market presence selling to consumers. What should be done? There is, I think, increasing concern about the antitrust power in the United States, mostly among, I think, intellectuals, commentators. I don't see any real political momentum that the Congress of the United States would pass new legislation, or that the courts would change their interpretation of the antitrust laws. But I still think it's something that consumers and the people in the public need to pay attention to, because remedial action is most likely necessary.